All right, so now you're positioned, not only do you have 10x the debt, or actually a lot more than 10x the debt, but also you're positioned better. You've got assets, including your social, you've got a direction, you've got all sorts of diversified cash flows, you've got a whole customer funnel, a proven track record. So now, regardless of how much debt
See
you
my
got,
funnel, huh, dude? You see my funnel? You've been paying attention to
oh
my
yeah,
funnel?
I see your funnel. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about your funnel. You happy to sell someone something for $5 because then they changed from being a watcher, a fan, they became a customer. And as soon as they become a customer, that relationship changes and it's a long-term, mutually beneficial relationship. That's the way you look at it, right?
Yeah. So, there's this concept of the lifetime value of a customer, right?
Yeah.
So Jared's telling me the other day, I'm hiring a company to figure out our lifetime value. And I'm like, yeah, why are you doing that, bro? And he's like, he runs the company, right? And he says, he's been with me 11 years. He's 36 years old, been with me since he was 25. And I said, why are you going to try to figure out what the lifetime value? Because I want to know exactly how much we can spend. I said, let me tell you what the lifetime value of the customer is. A bunch. That's all you need to know, bro. Like, I've seen people come into my ecosystem that had no money or said they had no money that have given me millions of dollars. I treat everybody like a billionaire until they prove me otherwise. I'm gonna treat everybody like a billionaire, transact with them like billionaires. This came because I remember walking into Bellagio Hotel when I was 30 years old, maybe 35 years old. I had a little money. I was a millionaire. But I played at $25 tables. I never played at more than a $25 table because I'm a frugal person. And they treated me like a $25 player. Well, they didn't know I could spend millions. They didn't know I'd be a billionaire one day. I did. I knew I was going to be a player. They never looked at, okay, what are his assets? I go in there today. I still go in today. And I'll play $100 now. When a guy next to me is playing 10,000 at the same table, I know I'm worth more than the guy is. Like, he's probably going to go broke there. And they treat me like $100 player. They don't know how much bank I got. And so that's a really good lesson for everybody. Treat people like billionaires in your funnels too. Free books. We give out 1,000 free books every single day. Cardone University, it's a $30,000 business program. I'm giving it to people for rather than sending people a turkey, Brian, I'm sending them Cardone U. Okay. Okay. Use it for 30 days. Okay. Here it is. Okay. All you got to do is log into it. So I actually play on mooches, people that are cheap, people that don't want to spend money, people that want things for free. I'm like, here, I'll give it to you. It builds out the top of my funnel. I now have the approval and right to now email you about other things that we're doing. And some small percentage of these people will convert, will be like, you know what? I don't want 30 days. I want it for 3 years.
Yeah. But does this also only make sense because of your real estate asset business?
No,
No.
no.
But it helps because some of these.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I would do it without the real estate. It just so happens the real estate becomes the super funnel.
Right.
Yeah. It becomes the super stickiest thing you can possibly do on the planet is not sell somebody something. The stickiest thing you can do is send somebody money every month. Okay. I got 11,000 people I send money to every month. They're praying for me.
And they buy other stuff with you. They're
well, sure. Yeah. Dude, I had a guy when we started Cardone Capital. By the way, raising money was not my idea. Okay. Because I had been programmed by others not to raise money. Man, don't do it, man. It's a problem. It's a pain in the ass. You heard all the bullshit.
Isn't it amazing how everyone always wants to tell you how something, just because you haven't done it before, there's all these things and the Wall Street guys. But you're exactly. Like, but you've done 100 new things in your life before and you're thinking to yourself, this is just 101. How hard can it be?
Yeah, exactly. So, I was very indoctrinated on this don't raise money thing.
Okay.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that
because of the legal issues and it sets you up for lawsuits. And
I also had some money already. I already had money.
Right.
So I already had significant net worth. I already owned a plane before we raised one penny. So I had a plane paid for in cash, a Gulfstream 550 paid for in cash before I ever raised $1 for Cardone Capital. So if people go back and look at the track record, they'll see, oh, he had the plane already. Well, you can't buy that with investors' money if you hadn't raised any money yet. So I went to Wall Street with this woman, this $2 billion woman.
Yeah.
Went into the meeting. I went into the Goldman Sachs towers, and I'm hearing myself say, they said, don't take other people's money. Dude, those buildings are so like, they're massive and they own these buildings, right? Yeah. And I'm like, don't take other people's money. And I'm like, this is what they did. All of Wall Street was built on other people's money. And then I saw how they ran these meetings. We were there 3 days. I was hooking her up with a bunch of people to manage her money. And, everywhere I went, it was the same thing, bro. All these people raising money, and I'm hearing this thing: don't use other people's money. Don't raise. I'm like, this is their that's their mantra. This is where I figured out the indoctrination came from. It came from the guys that raise money. They filter this down into the education system, so guys like me don't raise money. And then when you start trying to raise money, you realize they got the SEC right there at the door, protecting them against me raising money. I don't know if this is making sense. I'm sure it is to you.
Yeah.
And then when I got home, my wife says, me and Ryan were talking, and we think you should start raising money. I said, let's try it. And that's how the whole thing started. It was not my idea. It was my wife's idea to raise money. And that was $1,963,000,000 ago.
Wow. Wow.
And we haven't had we've had two people that were a problem, two little problems, two kids that put in $5,000, and some attorney got a hold of them and said, you should sue Grant Cardone for these statements he made on YouTube. They tried. It was thrown out of court. Not only was it thrown out of court, the guy said, never bring a case against this man again. He paid you three times more than he said he would. And that's the only problems we've had in 3 years. 11,000 people have given me money. Every month they get a check. We have it built a funnel of 256,000 people that are interested. And one last story. One of the first investments we ever got was from a guy that I had been trying to do business with for 17 years.
Yeah.
17 years I've been calling on this guy, trying to sell him books and programs and trainings and whatever, right? Never bought a thing from him. I opened Cardone Capital. His first check was $400,000. We sent him 2 checks back. I think we paid him $200 or something a month. He got a check in March for $200, check in April for $200. He was on track to earn like 6% that year. The third month, he called my office and bought every product we had. Every product I'd been trying to sell him for 17 years.
Why?
It was a new front door, dude. It was,
yeah.
I had the doors that I was asking him to come through, the kitchen door, the patio, the training. He didn't want to do that. He actually told me, he's like, look, bro, I just basically think your sales stuff is a bullshit thing. And he's like, but I've been watching you for 17 years. You're a great businessman, and I love real estate, and I can't buy the shit you buy. So here's $400. Let me see what you do with it.
Yeah. After
I sent him two checks, he's like, you know what? Let me check in. Let me look at this guy's sales shit. And then he bought it off. So I don't know why. Like, why do you go in a suit store and pick up a tie first and then buy a suit second? You know?
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record.
It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.